Okay, welcome everyone. Kevin LaRocca here with Binary Pro Strategies. This is going to be my weekly recap for the week ending on June 7th of 2019. And I would say pretty average week, 45.81. That's a fairly average week. It's not a huge week and it's certainly not a small week. So that's about average for what I do when I'm trading pretty much every day. Now, what I'm showing here is, I'm going to talk about each day here in a minute, but what I'm showing here is I have something called the once and done. Basically, when I start the day and I hit my first winner right off the gate, very first trade, and you can see that I had a couple days here, Thursday and Wednesday, where my very first trades were winners. But in the night session, you can see the majority of my days I was hitting on the very first trade. And the reason for that is because the spreads are different. And that's something that I go over with my students, is that in the morning, spreads are a little bit wider on the strikes. And then as the day goes on, it's usually around 11 o'clock Central Time, 11 a.m. Central Time, the spreads start to narrow. And you see that at night too. So that's when you're going to see the majority of your profits, is when those spreads narrow, because you get more premium. So anyway, talking about Sunday night, as most of you know, Sunday nights are always my favorite night. The market flow was really good. EOM was high across the board. Plenty of opportunities to trade all my patterns. And I have a total of 4 patterns that I trade. That does come with the core strategy. So whether you purchased a core strategy package or you want to learn about the crystal ball, it's going to be taught in whatever package you decide to purchase. The only difference really is the crystal ball. I teach you the crystal ball, which is probably one of my favorite setups. But nonetheless, best night I've had in a while. My last few Sundays have been kind of quiet, which is pretty unusual, but this was actually above average Sunday night. So I'm really happy with that. It turned out to be actually the best session that I had all week. Monday started off mixed. EOM was traded. I traded mostly the core strategy. EOM overall in the pairs was okay, but it was in and out, in and out. Still made for a decent day. Now, when I talk about EOM is real important. It's one of the core things about the core system, is that you have to be in a market that's displaying good EOM. And the way that I look at EOM is totally different than most people do. EOM stands for ease of movement. I don't use any indicators, all chart pattern based. The beauty of what I do is I get in as soon as the momentum is beginning to change. And so I'm always looking at momentum. Usually has its greatest changes when the market's going from up to down or down to up. And so my EOM allows me to catch and get in early on those momentum changes. And it's just something you have to have if you're going to be trading these short-term 5-minute binaries. Monday night, another quiet night. Only a few good pattern setups developing. Waiting for a good setup. Made my night. I just pretty much just didn't make a whole lot of trades, but so I just kind of laid back, waited for my stronger trades, and I'm going to show you that here in a minute. That's what these blue arrows here. But I'm going to if you can be patient and just wait for the strongest setups, then you should come out ahead on these quiet nights. Tuesday session started off pretty slow, but after a few hours, and then the spreads narrowed, currency started moving very smoothly, and saw EOM really pick up. The core strategy really kicked in midday, and I traded that. Traded a little bit of the early bird pattern, and I did no crystal balls, and still had a fairly nice morning session on Tuesday. Tuesday night, another great night, trading all 4 patterns, and my soon to be released early bird pattern. Been incorporating that a lot more when those spreads narrow, and it's turned out to be very profitable. So I'm going to be sharing that with my students fairly soon, but it's not so much of a new pattern, it's a twist on one of my other patterns. So anyway, it's shown to be very profitable. So looking forward to sharing that with everybody. Let's see here. Wednesday, fairly normal morning with steady action, decent EOM. Patient was the key, just kind of waiting for the better setups and not trading too heavily, and still ended up 244. Not a great morning session, but certainly better than being in the red. Wednesday night, another strong night for the core strategy. Great EOM, plenty of setups. Everything was kicking in that night. I think I did maybe one or two crystal ball trades. Not a whole lot, but nonetheless still ended up with a really nice night session. Thursday, let's see here. Where are we here? Thursday morning, I traded mainly the core strategy. Once again, implemented a lot of early bird patterns as soon as those spreads narrowed. And it was just kind of hitting all morning long. And the key is, once again, is wait for those spreads to narrow and the early birds really start kicking in. But overall, great day, biggest day, morning session I had all week. So pretty happy about that. Now every Thursday night, live chat room, all I do is I focus only on the crystal ball method. So those that have paid to learn the crystal ball, that's dedicated to them. All we do is we look at crystal ball trades. And we didn't have a whole lot. The night started up pretty slow, didn't really pick up until later in the night. I only trade for 2 hours, so it picked up a little, like around 8:30. And we started having some really good setups, and just waiting for those, and took a few trades, and not a big night, but nonetheless, what did set up, obviously, crystal ball is very powerful, and ended up with a nice night. Fridays are the toughest day to trade. Sometimes I wonder if I should trade Fridays or not. I did go back and look at that. Actually, I'm still way ahead by trading on Fridays, so it's not something I can ignore. I think it's just something that you have to be careful. Don't do size. I didn't do any size. I went light. My equity's kind of up and down, up and down. Once I got up, I said I'm done. Fridays can be tough. A lot of Fridays recently have been really good, so I don't want to ignore Fridays, but I'm certainly going to come into the day. I'm going to be a lot more careful. Okay, so that's the big thing there. Now, one of the things that you're going to learn, if you decide you want to join my service, I'm going to teach you the core strategy. This is the majority of my profits are made with the core strategy. Okay. And if you just want to buy the package, you can do that. I'll spend a little bit of time with you making sure that you know everything, learn everything. And then you can go off and, trade it on your own. Probably good for a lot of experienced traders, but I highly suggest, experienced or not, you also sign up for the monthly chat room, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each one of the patterns. When I see the pattern develop, I'm going to point it out to you, and that's what you're seeing here. Now, the blue arrows are the strongest pattern that I have. The green arrows and the red arrows, I don't know if I have any red arrows, are not necessarily the strongest signals that I have. And typically what you're going to see is that I'm going to go from a sell to a buy, okay? Very seldom do you see me do a sell, or a buy, or buy. I will do that, but that has to be in certain market conditions. But as a new trader, trading my strategy recommends sticking with the strongest signals, going from short to buy, and I think you're going to have a lot more success that way. And these signals are pretty strong, and this is with the core strategy. The other thing is, by signing up to the monthly, is there's a lot of little things, nuances in the market that I point out during the day. So, a lot of stuff I can't put in videos because I really don't. I mean, I see it when it develops and I talk about it, but it's one of those things where there's so many little things to share that it's hard to do it in video. So it's well worth it. You're in there trading with other traders. We're all looking at the same thing. I'm helping you identify it. I'm saying this is this pattern, this is that pattern, and I draw the arrows to make it very easy. So if you're new, it just exactly what I'm doing, and I do share the trades that I'm making. I share where I'm getting in, my premium. Obviously, I carry to expiration. That's one of the keys here. So anyway, still ended up, with a great week. If you're interested, if you want any more information, just go to my website, binaryprostrategies.com. And if you have any additional questions, feel free to drop me a line. My phone number is there. You can always get a hold of me that way. If for some reason I'm busy and I'm trading during the day, please understand, just leave a message. I'll call you back. Or you can always drop me an email if you have any questions. Anyway, if you like these videos, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Click on the little notification bell. Make sure that you're notified of any new videos. I'm going to be doing a lot more training videos and educational videos, I should say, during the week to kind of give you some basic information. So if you are trading, then I think it'd help you out no matter what kind of strategy you use. So anyway, that's it for this week. I think that volatility is going to continue to pick up. I like what I'm seeing in the markets. I think we're going to have some really big weeks coming up. This is the time to get in. This is the time to trade because I don't know what it is about summers. You'd think summers would be slow, but they tend to be my best time. So anyway, that's it. I'll be back next week for my next weekly recap. And y'all have a great trading week. Take care. Okay, so if you're interested in learning exactly how I do this, I do offer 2 different packages. And the way this is set up is that if you want to learn about the core strategy package, now that isn't going to include all the videos. You're going to get full access to all my training videos and educational material. You're going to get full disclosure of the core strategy, which I use a lot, particularly the single and double continuation patterns. The majority of all the results that you see on my daily returns is going to be based off of those 2 patterns, okay? I also do trade the delta pattern, and I also will show you how to use the nibble strategy. The nibble strategy is designed to catch very short-term trades, and I'll show you exactly how to use that in combination with some of the other core patterns. Also, how to transition from demo to a live account. This is very important. That video is also included. As you know, it's also available on YouTube for free. But how to transition from a demo to a live account is very important. Something you need to watch. Don't just jump in and start trading in a live account. You want to learn the strategy, and you want to make sure that you're profitable. I'd say at least 9 out of every 10 days. And then when you get ready to transition to a live account, please watch the video because there's some really good steps on how to make that transition. Also, when you purchase the package, you're going to get a 1-hour personal training with me. So you and I will do a one-on-one, and I'll make sure that you fully understand everything and how it works. Now, this package is designed to pretty much purchase and go if you'd wish. You can purchase, watch everything, and go out and trade on your own. Now, if you want to learn about the core strategy, plus the crystal ball, basically you're getting everything in here. You're getting the core strategy, but you're also going to get the you're going to learn the crystal ball method. That's something that's available. That's a video that is not available online. That's something you and I will once again sit down and go through and make sure you fully understand it. Now, if you decide that you want to go just with the core strategy and learn the crystal ball at some point, I'll just charge you the difference between the core strategy price and then the full price that includes the crystal ball. So I'll just charge you the difference between the 2. Okay, so these are designed to basically purchase, learn them, and then go and do your own trading and so forth. Now, if you wish to join me live as I trade live every day, which I highly suggest, because what I do is I also, not only do I share my charts, but I show you where I'm getting in, where I'm getting out, what strike, what price, why I'm doing it, what I'm seeing in the market. It's well worth it, and that's only going to be $50, okay? So if you want to, once again, if you just want to learn these on your own, you can purchase the package and move on. If you want to learn the package and then also join my live trading room, chat room, then that's just $50 a month, and that's $50 reoccurring as long as you want to stay. There's no time limit, so if you want to stay 2 months, 3 months, a year, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's just $50 a month, okay? So if you're interested, you want to go to binaryprostrategies.com, and in there under Join Now, you're click on that little button. It'll pop up. You'll see this, and you can go ahead and purchase one of these 2 packages, and or if you're a reoccurring member, you can go ahead and join the monthly if you're not already part of the chat room. So any questions, as always, you can always get a hold of me by going to the website. My phone number's there, email address, and so forth. So if you like to do that, feel free to give me a call. I'll be glad to answer any of your questions before you make a decision. But everything I teach is fully disclosed. I'm not holding anything back. I am here to educate. I'm not a signal provider. That doesn't do you any good by me just giving you my signals. I'm here to teach you how I see the signals, and I want you to learn them as well and be able to identify them as well as I do. And then, this way you are free to trade on your own. You don't need me around all the time. But for those that like to stay in the chat room and trade with us live every day, that's always an option as well. So that's it. Thanks once again for watching my video, and you'll have a great day.